You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, sir. The legendary
Capri.
My guy, what's up, my brother?
What's shaking? Breakfast Club, how y'all doing?
I be thinking this generation isn't fully aware of the resume of Mr. Kid Capri and how much you have contributed to this culture called hip hop.
I mean, you know, sometimes you get when you used to whack things, whack shit, you know, you forget what the real thing is. So, you know, a lot of times when you ain't in people's face and they think you fell off, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my man said, you know, just because I'm not on a New York radio station every day doesn't mean I fell off. I'm around the world. It's a big world out here. You know
you on Kendrick's album.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out there to satisfy. You know what I'm saying? My crowds are big and everywhere I play at. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just did New Orleans, Essence this weekend. Me and sold out all 4 of those shows. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You know, you ain't got to be in everybody's face all the time. There's a big world out there, and you can always just move and do what you do, and you know, be seen when you need to be seen.
And you've been a touring DJ for some time now,
like, all my life.
Yeah,
been all my life. You know, and you know, since 91, I've been on the road constantly, heavy, never stopped. First dude in hip hop to own 2 tour buses.
It's hard to afford Kid Capri too. Because it ain't like anybody could just be like, oh, I'm going to have Kid Capri come DJ this party.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
a
you know,
hefty price tag that comes with that.
Well, you know, my whole thing always been, you know, treat the DJ like an artist. Don't treat him like somebody just playing records, you know what I'm saying? And you have to have the talent to back that up. When you go in these places, you got to fill these places up. And when you fill them up, you got to make sure that you shake that building the way you want. And also, it's about the relationships you build with the producers, with the promoters. Like, you know, I said this before, like, I'm a type of dude that if I come and do a show for you, you know, and it's something and you do everything according to the rider, you know, something like rain happens and the crowd don't come. You know what I'm saying? I tell the promoter, yo, just set it up, I'll come back and do it for free. Where a lot of people don't do that.
That's
you know
dope.
what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, a lot of people don't do that. You know, they feel they dead there, they're going to get their money. You know, it's an act of God, it ain't my fault, you know. I'm out. But when you do this with the promoter, they feel like, you know, when I'm down, they ain't gonna kick me further.
No, you're so right. If they're making money, they're always gonna keep continuing to use you. But if they lose a lot of money with you and you just don't care,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. But when you make gestures like that, they offer me to come back 5 more times that year, and they don't even really want to work with nobody else because a lot of other people that come, I get all the stories. A lot of different people that come, you know, they might have a big entourage with them, coming to shows late. Then once they get there, they demand all these different champagne bottles and all these different things. When, you know, you're supposed to do business the way business is conducted from the beginning, and do your job, and, you know, respect what you do. You know, we all of us, we're a speck of a small situation of a big world that's blessed to do what we do every day, and we gotta appreciate that.
So is the fact that you make so much money on the road one of the reasons that you never, like, I guess, said I'm gonna be a radio DJ every day?
You done radio before.
I did BLS, but even when I was doing BLS, it was a half-hour show. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't committed to a full thing. You know what I'm saying? It was powerful what I was doing. Then when I went back in 2002 to BLS, it was the same situation. Now I'm on Sirius where I could do my show when I want, the way I want. I didn't want a program director telling me how to be Kid Capri. That was one thing. You know what I'm saying? I built a certain legacy in New York, and I made a lane for DJs to do what they do with the mixtapes and the way they perform and everything. Most DJs, you know, whether you want to believe it or not, or it's the actual fact, they follow what I done, and they made careers for themselves. So with me knowing that, and with me knowing what I do out there on that road, I wasn't going to have nobody tell me how to be me. So when Sirius came and said, kid, we see what you're doing out there, you know what I'm saying, do what you want, I created a show called the Kid Capri's Block Party. And the reason why I called it the Block Party is because it invites older and younger at the same time. A lot of the young ones get it misconstrued. They get this older thing mixed up. Like you know, we not beasts. Like, we have knowledge. Myself, I have knowledge of everything. I'll play them young joints better than you young dudes. You know what I'm saying? If you come to my shows, that's what you're going to get.
Because you understand music.
I understand the music. I understand the youth. You know what I'm saying? And I was that. So, and I never let my ear go from the street. I always stay involved with everything. So that's why I do 200 shows a year around the country.
Plus, you have your daughter that keeps you young, and she's in music.
Absolutely. So I see Vina Love doing her thing, you know, and inspires me to and I call her like, Vina, what's going on the street? Like, you know, what's hot? In the same way I'll call anybody's kid or someone DJ out in the country. If I go to somebody's state, you know, you got to look at it like this. You go to somebody's state, the promoter call you to come to their state. If it's Columbus, Ohio. In Columbus, Ohio, there's a top DJ out there.
Right.
So that top DJ could get offended and say, yo, why they got to call Kid Capri to come to my state? So, you know, when I get out there, I get in touch with the top DJ and ask them, you know, what's going on in the city. Yo, come to the show, put them on stage, let them rock out, blow them up. And that's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? And you show that respect, and they give you that love back. And that's what it is, man. And that's why the South emerged the way they did, because their togetherness is there. You know what I'm saying? They uplift each other. They help each other. They jump on each other's joints. Dudes is already rich, and they still helping each other, still working with each other. Where, you know, I said before, New York, we're a little bit too cool. You know what I'm saying? We get a little something, and then we act like we're doing everybody a favor.
But you think about that, Envy. You a New York DJ that travels the world also.
Right. I mean, I agree with what he says. I feel like New York is too cool. I think the radio stations have done that a lot, too. I think with the creation of both radio stations, I think it created a beef and a wedge where it felt like for a time that DJs couldn't work with each other. You know, I was going to ask Kid about, you know, how did the problem with him and Flex started? Because as a DJ growing up and starting, it was, you know, 3 DJs always talk about that actually started my career, made me want to DJ. One, of course, was DJ Clue with the mixtapes, and the second was Kid Capri when it came to rocking the party and also the TV. You know what I mean? Everybody, I think, at that time will remember Def Comedy Jam and him DJing at the end and all the stuff that Kid has done in that powerful voice pause that of what he was able to do. Like, you know, when Kid was on the mic, when you heard that, like before he even had to say anything, he would just jigga 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 say his voice, and you would just get excited. And the other one was Flex, and what Flex has done on radio. It just gave you a feeling when you used to hear Flex on the radio and the energy he used to give the city. So what got y'all in the beefing? Like, where did it come from? I'm on
we
vacation,
saw some back and forth on the
like,
gram, and I'm like,
from?
what's going on?
Well, let me take it back a little bit. All right. For years, you know, I sit there and I watch things and I look at things. I see everybody. I see everything. I always stay in my lane. I'm very, very honest with you. The DJ business got very corny to me. Okay? It's not corny to me now. It's not corny to me because I stay in my lane and watch what I'm doing. But if you think of it on the whole, anybody could grab a computer, some MP3s, and they call themselves a DJ, slap their name on something, and they out. So it always been kind of corny. But there always been this competition type of thing in the city, like with me and a lot of DJs, like, you know what I'm saying? And I felt that with Flex every time. Like we always cool, talk, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But I always felt like there was that certain competition there. Be that as it may, really don't matter. You know, and the years went by and I started seeing him, you know, disrespecting kids and, you know, just doing certain things that I just felt like with his platform as strong as it is, he could go a different way and be a king. You know what I'm saying? And so what happened was I had got a call. Somebody had hit me. I was asleep. I was in the hotel. Somebody hit me and said, yo, kid, go to Flex joint. He's going at you. He said something about, you know, corny motherfuckers try to rewrite history. But I was there, right? So I went and before I reacted, I went and looked at it. You know what I'm saying? And then I hit Flex. And I said, Flex, who was you talking about when you said corny dudes trying to rewrite history? He hit me, you know, that's humble. You know me, I'm humble about it. He hit me back and said, instead of being humble, he said, yo, fam, why you asking me what's on my joint and what's on my feed and I ain't got an answer to you and all this. Still didn't react.
But why would that be about you anyway?
Because, well, the mixtape thing, the whole history with the mixtape and the whole history with how the DJ thing went, you know, this person that came to me and told me about it, you know, this is why I didn't react. I didn't react to it the way another person might have. When he said it to me, I hit Flex and said to Flex on the text, you know, whatever. And then when Flex got smart the first time, I even said to him again, yo, Flex, yo, calm down. Like, you cool, but like, dog, like sometimes you act funny. Well, if I act funny, why you texting a funny dude or don't text me or something? And he posted that up on the joint.
We saw that.
Now, before he did that, before he posted, I told him in the next message, I said, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna give you full smoke now. All right, that's it. So then I posted the 2 joints, right? 2 texts, the 2 joints. Then he hit me with, I fell off. So now you made it personal. I kept it DJ. You know what I'm saying? You made it personal. You said I fell off. You telling people I fell off. And then, you know, you put the post up. So that was kind of sucker to do that. You know what I'm saying? So after he said I fell off, then it was go time. Now, you spend 5 hours on your show talking about me. You spend 3 hours on Jay-Z. You spend 5 hours talking about me. All lies. Everything I said, except for Flex Slacks. Everything I said was factual. was a fact.
What was Flex Lax?
Flex Lax is it was like X Lax is a two. Flex for the never mind. Anyway, so but everything I said was factual, and my thing was, like I said, you can't. I'm not a dude that talk shit. I'm not a dude that throw my power around. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if we're in a position to help people, and I'm watching you talking down on children. Y'all see what I do on the net. I got to Give a Kid Foundation. I'm out there with kids. I'm out in the school. I'm about to go to Puerto Rico and take me and Fat Joe on collab and go out there and do stuff for the kids and give them supplies and all that. And when I see people talking down on kids, it's like, come on, be like, we ain't got to do it like that. We in a position to make ourselves great. I've never seen Red Alert have to talk down on anybody to get his ratings. Mm-hmm. I never seen you or Clue or Self or, any one of these dudes that been on the radio have to do that. Because the talent should speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? I understand where you come from. You come from, that's what you do. That's what it is. But that's what you do. That's not what Envy does. That's not what she does. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't call it talking down, though. I just like to give my opinion.
No, you talk down.
A critique of the culture.
You talk down sometimes.
You think so?
Absolutely. You talk down on Drake all the time.
Well,
okay.
No
but I give him props, though. I say I like him as a rapper, but I don't like when he sings.
He's dope. You got to give him what he is. And more than that, look what he took his platform to do. Mm-hmm. See, that's what you got to take. All these dudes got all this bread. They talk all this shit about they got money and they driving and they wiggling and all that shit. But then let me Give a Kid. I'll put up any kind of post. I'll get thousands and thousands of posts. But let me something about Give a Kid about donating $1. You won't get nothing.
Nobody cares.
You see what I'm saying?
That's a
They're in the strip club. They'll pay $500 for a $40 bottle that costs in the store. They'll do all this fronting for all this shit, but won't go and help somebody that really need it.
It's the same.
But I never
that.
discredit Drake's position, though. I just say I'm not a personal fan of it, but I don't discredit where he stands in the culture.
He's dope.
Yeah, but it's the same as the blogs as well. I mean, if I reply to somebody on my comment, say something crazy, the blogs will pick it up. But we just had a basketball tournament in the Bronx over the weekend, giving the kids something to do. Nobody posted it,
and that's crazy.
But let me ask you a question right now. I say about 4 or 5 years ago, right? Me and Flex was going at it crazy, at heavy, right? Mm-hmm. But it was getting personal, and everything. Mm-hmm. You popped up on me.
Yeah,
came to my club, pulled me to the side. I did. OG checked me, said, "Yo, Envy, it ain't worth it. Like, leave it alone. Like it shouldn't be this personal." Right. And then you turn around and did the same thing, and I called Kid.
Man.
I'm like, Kid,
you told me.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because back then it was a different Flex. Since then to now, I don't watch them talk about dead people. I don't watch them talk about kids. I just watched them after the whole pressure I just put on them. Talk about Cardi B, a pregnant woman. This is a pregnant woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's take the rap out of it, take the business out of it. This is a pregnant human being.
Who's doing her thing.
That's doing her thing on top of that. Mm-hmm. And then she's from the Bronx, a place that you claim that I don't even really think you from, Flex. Are you from the Bronx? Are you from the BX or are you from Mount Vernon? I don't know. This is what I heard. I'm not, it's alleged. So, but this is a woman from the Bronx that's pregnant that's trying to do her thing. Now, again, this is not about me coming up here trying to bash Flex and go off on Flex. It's not about that. Because if Flex was to call me right now and say, "Kid, yo, I need you to come and do something," I'll be right there to help him. One thing ain't nothing to do with the other.
But it seemed like it was squashed. That it seemed like I seen a post. It seemed like y'all.
It was squashed the moment that he spent 5 hours and didn't say he wanted to battle.
Yeah, so I heard that you guys might be doing a battle.
No, we ain't might be doing nothing. Until somebody said to me, "Kid, we doing it," I don't know nothing about it. And I waited 2 weeks now. You know what I'm saying? So as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to battle no more.
I ran into someone who's trying to make that battle happen.
There's a couple of people that has. A lot of rich people that's trying.
Definitely trying to make it
Swiss is definitely trying to. One, as a matter of fact, my TV show Master of the Mix, you know, this is what Master of the Mix was all about.
So you're
about
down,
getting
you're
DJs
down for
all
it.
over, and Master of the Mix called me and said, "Yo, let's put it together." And Red Bull want to make it happen, and you and Flex battle on it. There's a lot of people that want to do it.
Yes, you're down to do the battle.
Hey, look, man, I'm gonna tell you this. Sometimes I feel like I shouldn't have been the one that said that. Like, who am I to say, let's go battle? But at the same time, somebody had to do it. I watched him diss artists, kids, this one, that one, and nobody says nothing because they scared they're gonna burn the bridge with Flex.
I always would say stuff to him.
You want to work for Hot 97?
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know what I'm saying? So nobody said nothing, and that's why his ego got so big because he know nobody can't say nothing. But see, I don't need him. You know what I'm saying? When I did need him, when I needed a lot of DJs, nobody came through for me. I came out with a crazy album, Soundtrack to the Streets. Nobody blew my album up. No New York DJs. No New York DJ. My album was fire, but it was because they didn't want to see Kid Capri get any further than what he already did. And no matter what you do, you can't stop Kid Capri.
A lot of people played the It's Like That joint, though. It's like that.
They played that because Jay-Z, it was on Jay's album and my album. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I won the Grammy. But I'm talking about as far as the Kid Capri album, the record with Snoop and Slick Rick, that was monumental right there. That was a record that Dr. Dre tried to get done for years and he couldn't because Slick Rick was in jail and I ended up having to do it. And it was done. I made the very first video mixtape. You know what I'm saying? I had 3 videos in 1 video. And, you know, and nobody from New York supported that.
How do you work a record now?
How do I work it?
Yeah, like, I mean, as far as you saying nobody played it, but do you feel like, okay, I got to go work this record, I got to go do a press run because...
You know what it is? I think I made my presence so felt, especially within the last 3 years. I think I made my presence felt with the fact that, you know, I'm always on the road. So my buildup of people, they all know me. They all know me for years, and they all been coming to my shows for years. And with the fact of social media, I didn't have to wait to get on the radio station or put a record out.
Because people would love that for you to come through and be like, look, let's play my joint. I do feel like sometimes that is something that really does help a lot.
I mean, it does help, but see, I wish I'd have got the support that Cali got.
Cali was up here though.
You know what I'm saying? Cali got
Kid Capri came at a time when it was only one station here. Right. So he could, like, if Kid had,
it was different. It was different.
Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't on radio. I wasn't nowhere there. I couldn't support. I was still trying to just make my little mixtapes. But now, if Kid came with a project and I see him working as well,
like,
of course he get support.
It's coming crazy.
I heard a little something.
Now, how did you and Kendrick get together to do that project?
Kendrick called me. Kendrick had called me and asked me to do it. Right when he came to New York. Got here, met him downtown, got in the booth. He had wrote some things that he wanted me to say. I said it. We had said it. There was a whole lot of stuff we did. And then after we did that session, he had went back to California, and then he called me and I had him on a FaceTime in my studio where I was in the booth and doing some more stuff, and that's how we ended up doing it. And you know, to tell you the truth, at first I was like, why is Kendrick coming? But then after me and him talked and he discussed it with me, I understood, you know, and his thing was, kid, you the authenticity of this, like, you open the gates, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't be, he could have went and got his man.
Yeah. He could have got an LA DJ.
He could have went and got Battle Cat. He could have went and got anybody over there in Washington, in LA, right. And said, yo, get on my joint. But he came over here and got me for that. So that was monumental for me. It meant a lot for me because at the end of the day, you know, a lot of kids ain't go out with Kid Capri.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They might have heard the name, they know the name is there, but they never had the Kid Capri experience. So what this did was make a lot of kids go, Google it up and see what I'm about. Why is Kid Capri on this album? You know what I'm saying? What made him go get him? So now that they go and see and they know what it is. They see my shows, they see how I go, how the crowds are. So it definitely did a lot for me. I appreciate it.
Over that? Do you get Grammys over that as well?
I haven't received anything yet, but you know, the fact that my name is on it, the fact that I'm all the way through the album, it won that, what is it, a preliminary award?
Pulitzer
Award, Pulitzer Award, which I don't know really too much about, but I know it's important.
My mom is an English teacher. She thinks that's a real big deal.
It is a big deal. A Pulitzer Prize, and he's the first hip-hop artist to get one.
First hip-hop artist, and I'm on that album. So, you know, and when you say I fell off, it didn't come and get you, homie. They came and got me for that. So
that's my problem. I don't like to see people rewrite history. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from South Carolina, and I of course I know who Kid Capri is. Like I remember when you used to come down there and do parties with Raw Dog Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? My man Ricky Lee. And so it's just like. I don't like when people try to rewrite history like, yo, you washed. Like, come on,
that's what I'm saying. But that comes from when I did the mixtape game. I left as the Michael Jordan of the mixtape game. I didn't fall off from the mixtape. I stopped it. Because I got my record deal, I got my radio deal, I got my first tour. So I took my career another way. And then Def Comedy Jam came. That blew me up sky high. From there, it was another way to go. It wasn't me. The mixtape was a stepping stone. And it wasn't for me to be stuck in New York. It was for me to go in and give. You got to remember, I was on a national television show. So my television show went everywhere. People wanted to see this show. When we go and do their concert, the curtain open, people were screaming for me like I was Michael Jackson. I'm standing there bucking, looking at this shit like, wow. And this happened every night. And me having a 15-minute set made me have to play the records quick. So me seeing the people going to frenzy for me playing these records quick made me apply it to the parties. And then the DJ see me playing the records quick, and then that started in the parties. what I'm saying? We can go on and on about different trailblazers and what we started, but at the end of the day, you can't say somebody fell off because you don't see them in your face all the time. You know what I'm saying? There's people that stop in the music business and say, you know, I'm going to take a rest, man. I got enough money. I'm good. I'm going to lay back, relax, and take care of my family. I'll come back when I'm ready. And when they come back heavy. You know what I'm saying? So who are you to judge somebody and say they fell or they didn't do this or they didn't do that? Because when that person come back, you done woke up a humble beast. That person come back and say, let's battle or let's do this. It's for the culture. It's not about me looking cute. It's not about no money. It's about let's just see who's better. When you say, I'm the best from this city, you saying I'm shitting on Red Alert, I'm shitting on Kid Capri, I'm shitting on Envy, I'm shitting on Clue, I'm shitting on this one, that one, this one, that one, this one, that one. You shitting on everybody. You get on your own radio station while you talking about me for 5 hours and you say, I'm the most exciting thing up here on this station. You shit on your own people that you work with. You're not even noticing that. Your ego is that big that you do that. Like,
well, I'll kind of give him that one. I agree with him on that.
But even if it's the truth, whether it's the truth, not the truth, you know, those are your people you work with. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So, you know, and look, man, you do your hustle how you do your hustle. But I'm just saying, man, stay away from the kids. Leave the kids, let the kids rock. They making music for the kids. They not making music for you. If you a grown person that like the music, fine. You don't like it, you get on stage. Like, this is another thing. When we did a concert recently in the Barclay, and somebody, ain't gonna name his name, somebody got on the stage and said, you know, fuck that, we don't fuck with that mumble rap shit. Why you gotta say that? You don't like it, you don't like it. Why you gotta feel like you gotta say something down on it? They kids, they not making music for you. You look crazy and old by saying that, and then you're in the club dancing to it. But you gonna get on your radio station or get on your television show and talk crazy about it.
And you gotta play it.
And you gotta play it on top of that. You gotta play it. So why even talk about it? You don't like it, don't say nothing, do what you do. And then you got me standing there when he said it. I was like, yo, Duke, like, it looks like I'm co-signing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm stamping it. So I just feel like we just gotta get our head right, and the young kids too. Like, don't think the older dudes don't know what's going on, man. Cause you come to one of my shows, you ain't gonna never see nothing like that.
Kid Capri still look like a kid, by the way.
Yeah, that's still.
And I just want to say for the record, as far as DJ is concerned, I mean, he's the most exciting up there. Because personality-wise, I like Nessa and TT Torres. I just want to throw that out there.
Oh, okay, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying to my people. But what do the DJs, the OG DJs, say about y'all's situation? Like, what is Chuck Chill Out saying? What is Red Alert saying?
Yeah. When it was going on, I FaceTime Red Alert, right? Because first of all, if you notice, Flex was calling out names, Red Alert, this one, that one, that's one. These are people I've been cool with all years. So he was doing that. I'm gonna tell you what happened. When I was on the FaceTime with Red Alert. Red Alert said, I don't want no part of this shit. He had left out of the room. He didn't want no part of it. Then I heard Chuck Chill Out saying little things and little cheerleaders in the back saying something. So I hit Chuck Chill Out on the joint. I said, Chuck, stay out of it. It's between me and him. I got respect for you, and I'm going to keep it like that. Tell little cheerleaders up there to shut the fuck up. All right? So everything got quiet after that, and it went with the way it went. But when I got on the net, right, and you see me bug out and get mad and pull this thing off the record off the wall, was because he had mentioned my daughter's name. That's what got me pissed. Now, I didn't say it, but that's what got me pissed. And, he didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing disrespectful about her, but it was disrespectful to say her.
Like, don't even say her name
during the situation. Right. You know what I'm saying? You saying all these other names, and then you say my daughter, you say my manager. You know what I'm saying? So that had me hot to the point where I was ready to get the building surrounded. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? It's all right. I'm just going to go on IG and do this breakbeat set for an hour and just crush everybody. And that's what happened. Did what I did, not crush everybody, crush him. And that's what happened. And the media just went crazy on him, man. Just went crazy on him. And this is not what I wanted. Let's just take this for the record. This is not what I set out to do. I called the man, I texted the man, tried to talk to him, everything like that. He got smart with me. And I'm
surprised that he would do that, though, because you guys.
You know what? I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him if he was trying to get ratings on his radio show, and this is what he did. I wouldn't put it past him if that's what he did, because he's known to do that. Like, he's known to do something to get that attention. He's known to do that. So I wouldn't put him past him for that. But then again, I'm saying, who put a battery in your back, homie, to make you think that was even a good thing to do? You know what I'm saying? First of all, this is me. Like, why would you do that to me, number one? You going around on your radio station talking about, this is what New York sound like. You got that from me. You got that from me. Listen to Ted Smooth record in 2014. This is what New York used to sound like. When I approached him about it, He said to me, I ain't never heard that. You ain't never heard that? Really? You just said this last year. You just started saying this last year. I've been saying, like, how many more things I got to say to you? Like, was you talking on the microphone before I brought it downtown, Flex? Was you?
So now what's going on with the music? You did say you had some new music coming out.
I had something crazy. I'm not even going to drop it. Because you know what? Check this out. Listen,
get lost in this shit.
It's crazy. No, what it is that if I be if that's bullying up, I already said let's battle, he didn't want to battle. So me going on him and trying to keep going is like me defeating the purpose of me doing this in the first place. He's bullying up on people, so I'm not going to go bully up on him. That's the reason for me even doing this. You bullying up on people that need your help. You have a platform where people need you. You know what I'm saying? And you shitting on them. Like, you know, if your talent ain't enough to keep your ratings going, I hear you, but what you're doing is not the way to do it, B. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying. You a DJ, you know what I'm saying? I respect him for what he did with Hot 97. Can't deny that.
Not at all.
Can't deny that.
Yeah, but you can't deny what you've done as Kid Capri, touring all over the world.
And this is the reason why I'm
Absolutely.
here.
Yeah.
This is the reason why I'm here to rebuttal what he made everybody think with all these lies that he said about, you know, falling off and all that. You check my track record. You see my addresses on my flyers everywhere I go. I post my life on there, and 90% of my life don't even make it to IG. So at the end of the day, you see my addresses of where I'm at and how many places I'm at and how many flyers and who I rock with. You see it. So I ain't even got to sell it to you. You compare those addresses to your addresses, then you see the difference, and you just tell who fell off from there. So, you know.
I'm not going to lie. If I see Kid Capri's DJing a party, I already know it's going to be good.
You already know that it's going to be that thunder. We're going to shake the building, and that's it. I got to make people feel better than they did before they got there. Because the DJ means so much. I've been to parties where the DJ was so whack, it ruined the whole entire vibe. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why the strip club got so popular. Because somebody said, let's start putting 4 DJs in a party, right? Mm-hmm. Now you got 4 DJs in a party, and all 4 DJs are playing the same shit through the whole party.
Correct.
Now everybody is standing there because they heard the same shit the whole party. So now, if we're going to stand here and watch each other, we might as well look at some ass. So let's go to the strip club. Got it? You're standing there doing nothing anyway. Because the continuity of the party is not moving. When you come to my party, look, all my career, to this day, to yesterday, I take an opening DJ on the road with me. I pay for his hotel, pay him, pay whatever's got to be paid. Because I want people to get their money's worth. Right. I don't want you coming in here hearing the same record twice. You don't have to. But everybody is such in the box that they don't know how to step out of the box. They don't know to go for 2 hours strong and hard without playing the same records that they play on the radio. I play those records at the end of the night like I don't even need them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about the record. Anybody can play those records. It's about you. You know what I'm saying? What do you do? Can you stop people from dancing to watch you? That's when you're powerful. Right. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Not when you trying to be the dude on the radio, or you trying to get out there because the new hot record is hot. That's not gonna make you.
See, but I think it's also the DJ's fault too. And I think a lot of times when you have a DJ, let's say they book a opening DJ and you. This time you don't have your opening DJ, and I know I'm opening up for Kid Capri. A lot of times that DJ's like, this is the biggest platform I'm gonna have. I gotta smoke him.
But I'm gonna show you something.
But that's where a lot of clubs go bad. A lot of promoters
go bad. But I'm gonna show you the difference. I'm gonna show you the difference how somebody that's smart and somebody that's stupid. If I'm on the road, right, and I can't bring my opener out for whatever reason, I'm like in, let's say, Cincinnati or wherever, and I say, this DJ, I say, look, I want you to play such and such and such this way. I want this because I don't want us to play the same thing. Right. He'll yes me to death. Yes. I get in there. He's playing the record that's the biggest record at 10 o'clock.
He got nervous.
At 10 o'clock because he don't know to rock a crowd with C&D records. Right. He don't know how to do that. So, but then there's another DJ that will do exactly what I told him to do. And now I got him opening here. I got him opening there. Right. I got him opening there because he's listening and it's about the event. It ain't about me. It ain't about him. It's about the event.
Because there's a respect an opening DJ is supposed to have for the headlining DJ where you're not going to play all those big songs because you know
you got to look at it like
save that.
Envy's not Jay-Z, but his job is to play Jay-Z's hottest record if there's a hot record out right now. So if there's an opener DJ, you got to look at it like this. Would you want somebody performing Jay-Z's record before Jay-Z? You got to look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it like that. If you paying me to be the principal to rock the building, why you going to come in, do everything? You may not do it the way I do it, but you taking away the impact of what I'm supposed to do.
I understand, and I'll tell you two quick stories, right? I had to open up to a Flex when I was in college, right? I was in Hampton. Flex came down there, right? And it was 4,000 or 5,000 people out there. And as a new DJ at the time, I did exactly what I hate the DJs did. I lit his ass up. I played every song possible. So when he got there, people were just standing there.
Right.
But then I had to open up for you a couple of years ago, and it's a different feeling now. Now I know I'm like, well, Kid is closing. So all right, so let me play around Kid. I know Kid's gonna play this. So now I try to create my sets around him. I'll go R&B set, I'll go a pop set, I'll play shit that I know Kid won't, because I'm established and I'm there now. But as a new DJ, they just trying to get their licks off.
Yeah, isn't it an unwritten rule? If you're an opening DJ, you play the opening song.
Evan didn't care. He was at Hampton and he wanted to get his licks off.
I
and
did.
Sometimes people also want to hear those songs so bad that they're requesting it and
That's true. They put a pressure on them.
Right.
People don't think. They walk in the room 10 o'clock and they think they're supposed to hit this record at 10:05.
And I know you hate when people come and request songs.
Well, I don't get that no more. I don't really get that. But, you know, like, I get it. I understand it. And he's right. When you're a new DJ, you just getting in, you really want to get on so bad, and you can taste it, and you try it, and you get, it's your opportunity. But you got to think longevity.
Absolutely.
If I do what I'm supposed to do, maybe I can get more work to get to that part. All the DJs that open for me, all play for somebody big. Technician, the DJ, play for Ghostface right now. He plays for the Locks. He plays for, you know what I'm saying? He's on the road. He's on the road overseas right now with Ghostface. You know, all my bus drivers all left me, went and worked with great people. One of my bus drivers, Rick, he became Timberland's manager. He was his bus driver first, and then he became Timberland's manager. Then my other bus driver, Mark, he went and worked for Cash Money and worked for them to this day. So everybody that ever left me, they always had other opportunities to do stuff. So that's what I'm saying. When a DJ comes and I say to them, you know, do this certain thing, I'm not just thinking about now. I'm thinking about, maybe I could use them later.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
you
just do your job.
Think ahead.
Yeah, just do your job.
And I envy guys like you too, man, because you've been around for damn near every era.
Yes, that's what they call me, Mr. Every Ever. That's why I be hashtagging up there, Mr. They're doing a movie on me right now called Mr. Every Ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Where's that movie?
You met
Who's
Pac,
doing
you
that?
met Big.
Pac, Big shot me on the record.
Wait, tell us more about this movie.
Mr. Every Ever. There's two things we're doing. We're doing that. We're doing a book, The Craziest Kid. Mr. Every Ever is about everything. You gotta remember, I started DJing when I was 8 years old. So I used to stand on a milk crate, and I had a mixer that had no headphone holes, so I had to guess all the spots on the records. And these older DJs that was in the neighborhood looking at me do this, they looking at me like I'm a Martian. How the hell is this kid catching these records with no headphones on his head? And he's 8. And I just stuck around with it. A couple of years later, there was a girl named Olga Carter that was in our circle. She said, Kid Capri sounds like a good name for a DJ. You should try it. We were going to class when she said it. I was like, Kid Capri? I was like, yeah. So
Was y'all drinking Capri Sun or something?
No. Capri Sun wasn't out there.
Oh, okay.
No. But she said, Kid Capri sounds like a good name for a DJ. I went to the store called F&S Sporting Goods, got me a little sweatshirt, put Kid Capri on there. A couple of months later, she was killed and shot by accident.
Yikes.
And yeah. And so I ended up keeping the name, and the name did what it did for me. But the story goes all the way back to my granddad. My granddad was a great jazz player, trumpet player for a lot of different jazz artists like Miles Davis, Dizzy Gillespie, Count Basie, dudes like that. And then my father, he was a soul singer. So all the music always been there. I started playing drums when I was 4 years old. So I always had that feel. For it. When the DJ thing came out, it was inevitable I was going to do what I do. But it was the story before and everything after. A dude come from the Bronx, with a mixer that with no headphone hole to end up being known worldwide. Everybody knows him. You know what I'm saying? And then everything between there. I done worked with a lot of actors and ball players and just different people, different stories I've heard. Different things LL Cool J might have said to me. Chris Rock might have said to me. Martin Lawrence might have said, just the other day, Idris Elba. Like, just different things. And this is all going to be in this movie. But the movie is incredible. It's looking really, really good. Big crowds in it and all that.
What do you think about DJs now? Especially with technology. Is like you said. When you first came out, you had to get turntables. It was turntables. You had to learn how to scratch. You had to learn how to mix. You had to learn how to blend. You had to learn how to transform. There were certain things. But now it's like you don't have to. With technology now, you don't even have to know how to blend.
Well, that's why I told you.
It sets up the BPM and everything for you.
That's why I said earlier, when we first started the interview, I said DJing got corny to me. It's only special to me because I look at my lane. I look at what I'm doing. If I had to look at what everybody else was doing, I probably would have out of this. Because, yeah, it is easy. it's to the point where anybody could be a DJ, grab a bunch of MP3s, put it on a computer, go on the internet, make a flyer. They even doing things like, you know, the unknown DJ is making his own flyer and making himself big as the big DJ or the big guy on the flyer. Like, it's to the point where it's a joke now. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, because I stay in my lane, you know, it's beautiful to me. You know what I'm saying? But if you had to look at it on a big scale, it's too many people doing it. It's too many strippers. It's too many producers. It's just too many of one thing. Like somebody said one day, let's get a tattoo. Next thing you know, everybody got a tattoo. One day somebody said, let's smoke hookah. Next thing you know,
hookah lounge.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? So we
the
just
worst
gotta,
thing I ever seen, I seen somebody pretend to DJ once. It was a model, and she was actually really playing a playlist, right? But it was like somebody else's thing, and she was pretending to DJ. And then I think something happened, like where something messed up, and it was obvious that she wasn't DJing.
Oh yeah, when the skip, right? They was playing. It kept playing. It was skipping while she was playing.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, but you know,
she was
that's
pretending to DJ.
They have that, and they have when we did Master the Mix, there was DJs coming in with pre-mixes.
Pre-mixes. DJs do that now. Well, you know, a lot of
Shit
EDM
is horrible.
DJs do that.
A lot of who?
A lot of EDM DJs do that.
Of course they
and
do.
it irks me because they make a lot of money.
Make a lot of money. But you know what it is? You know why?
Money,
because anybody that don't have a name that plays that music can make that money. You know why? Because that music is big music, no matter who plays it. It just so happened Tiesto and, you know, all these other dudes that play it, they got they was able to grab something. They was able to grab culture in the kind of way where a few of them didn't. But really, if you was to play that music, you'd probably be the same big DJ. But can they come and do what we do?
Right.
That's the question. Can they come and do what we do? Can they come? Because this EDM, love to all of them. Love them, love the music, love what they do. But really, it's all bubbles and sprinkles. It's all throw some pies in the face and, you know, it's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm not a prop guy. Give me 2 turntables, a microphone, mixer, we gonna shake shit. And that's how I look at it. But for them, it works for them. That's dope for them. But, you know, it's just not what I do. But like I said, anybody that has a rhythm to play that music, it's not a hard thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So when they come with a pre-mix and they doing all this stuff with turning the knobs and all that,
they ain't doing nothing.
That's their show. It's not that they're DJing crazy or doing any scratches or anything that's like that. Or some of them do. Some of them do. I'm not going to say not all of them, but some of them do. There's dudes like JCO. When I came and did the Breakfast Club with y'all the last time, JCO with me, we did Master Me. He's crazy with it. So you have dudes like that that's getting in. But in that when I was on Master the Mix and seen the dude DJing with the iPad, he wasn't even DJing. He was just turning the knobs on the iPad. I was like, yo,
this is crazy.
Going a different direction now.
How did you keep from having an ego? Because you've always been a star. I'm sure certain artists were excited to see you.
Man, God made me funky, man. That's all I could tell you. I know what it is not to have, and I know what it is to lose it. It takes nothing to lose it. And like I said, we're a small speck out of a small pad of a big world that has the opportunity to be blessed with what we have. So you're always supposed to appreciate that, man. I wake up every day and I thank God, man.
I think we need more
day,
OGs
man.
like you. You know, and the reason I say that is you're not afraid to call and check somebody.
No. I'm not afraid to tell the truth.
You know what I mean? And I didn't grow up with you, but you have called me on several times to check me. And I'm thinking about it now, and I didn't really, usually when somebody call you, you feel away. You be like, why the fuck this nigga call?
Yeah, but that's Kid Capri.
But I felt like, I'm like, all right, kid, I got you.
You're like, I'm just excited Kid Capri gave
And you
me a
know
call.
why I do that to you?
Why?
Because you was doing something positive for your life. You was doing something influential for people. You have fans, Envy. And as long as you treat those fans with respect, they're always gonna love you. They're always gonna back you. So who are us to take our platform and throw it in people's face? You know what I'm saying? Like we were the dudes when you was working the boards for Wendy, and me and Wendy was on the radio. I'm sure Charlamagne said to himself, yo, one day I'm gonna be big, one day I'm gonna do such and such, I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Now he's here, right? So if somebody asks you for an autograph, who is Charlamagne to not say, let me get an autograph?
Absolutely.
Who are you to do that?
Right.
We begged so much to get in this position. Now we there. We running from the people that we wish we get this attention from. It don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is that it's the same thing as a person that works at a TSA job at the airport. If you don't like your fucking job, then quit. you know you got to deal with a bunch of people all day. You can't let that make your attitude change.
Right.
You got to be, you know, smiling face, like do what you got to do. And the same thing in our business. We can't let the fact that, you know, we tired today. We got to get up, get on the airplane. You know, we tired of people coming for pictures and we can't let that, because that's a part of it. You know what I'm saying? When your little episode happened with you.
When they try to jump me?
When they try to jump you.
Yeah.
This was early on for you. This was not, you wasn't used to this yet. I could tell you wasn't used to the stardom yet. You know what I'm saying? Now it'll be a different situation. But back then, he wasn't used to that. And I could tell. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? And probably he should have handled it a different way too. You know, just go ahead and do it. Because it takes 5 seconds to make a person happy. That little piece of paper you sign, they take that shit, put on the wall.
They didn't
that was a setup.
Yeah, they didn't really want to autograph.
Yeah.
How I heard it was, they wanted a video drop from you the night before. You did the same thing and said, "What's with this video drop shit?" Nah.
No,
and then they came the next morning.
I did it the day before. They came to the station, and I did the drop. And then when I did it, I felt like, all right, that don't feel right. It's a setup. I'm like, it's 5 in the morning. Why he outside asking for DVD drops? But I did it.
But you did the first drop, and they came for a second drop.
The next day is when he came with the camera. I guess they was just trying to see how I roll in the morning, who I'm with, if there's security out there.
That was not a
some
setup.
Exactly.
Really
It was a clear stuff.
that was
My bad.
Hollywood over here.
But like I said, man, we in a position, man, that, you know, people,
what you're saying, though.
somebody in Portland, Oregon is on their computer and they looking and they live through us. They live through us. They watch a show every day. Damn, I wish I could be on the Breakfast Club, man. Shit, I want to go to New York. Yo, damn, look at kid doing this party. I wish I was there. You know, our show, Def Comedy Jam, was so dope because the crowd was crazy.
Yeah.
It looked crazy when you see it. The crowd made it so, and you just wish you was there. So that's the same thing. A kid that's in Portland, Oregon, or Tuskegee, Alabama, or, you know, Anchorage, Alaska, they don't see celebrities. They don't get none of this shit. So they live through the computer. You know what I'm saying? And they live through what we do. So what we do is impressive to them, and that's why we're responsible for doing the right thing. Sometimes we're going to bug out, but you got to just know how to snap back, man, you know, and that's what it is, man. I'm just proud to be where I'm at. You know, for me to be here, sitting here right here is a blessing for me. You know what I'm saying? You know, so many other people could be in the spot.
Nah, but I appreciate that, and I appreciate all the times you check, man, whatever it is. Like, you know, sometimes I might say something crazy on the radio and Kid be like, whatever, but I think we need more of that, and we appreciate you, brother.
Yeah,
I cannot wait for a Kid Capri
Continue to check
book.
him, please.
It's
No,
coming.
he does. He popping to the club on me, all types of shit. I'm like, what the fuck is Kid Capri doing here? And Kid be like, let me talk to you for a second. I'm like, oh, boy, I done fucked up now.
You ever had any issues with artists?
No.
No.
Nobody.
Well, what about DJs? Any other DJs?
Nobody. Only issue I had was with doo-wop, and that was in, out, done, quick, fast. That was, and you know what? That's when I was stopping the mixtape. Starlight from Cold Chillin', my record label, she said, yo, kid, look at these magazines. And it said, Kid Capri, the only DJ, made millions of dollars off of street mixtapes. Said that in 4 magazines. I said, oh, shit, you know what? This ain't good.
That's you didn't want the feds to hit you like they did drama. Eventually.
Exactly.
Like, leave me alone.
Exactly. So I said, I'm going to stop. And right when I did that, this kid rolled over me and said, yo, this kid named Doo-Wop out the shit on you. And he had a little piece of the tape, and he played it for me. I was like, oh, shit. So I wrote the joint that night, made the beat that night. Next morning, the beat was out. The Break 'em Up Kid against WAP was out, and that was my last tape. And he made whatever tapes after me, and, you know, that was it. But that was my last joint. And then my next tape was 2010.
You ever supposed to do WAP after that or no?
Yo, me and Doo-Wop was cool. We did records and all that. I talked to Doo-Wop now. That was just a thing. You know, I knew WAP, but I didn't know he was Doo-Wop. Me and him just go to school with each other. But it was a different name. And then when the kid told me how it happened, this is the story I got. WAP said I came in the rink, I was in the rink, he walked in, I said, yo, there go my son WAP. Anybody know me that know I don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? So I knew this was a thing where he just wanted to see if I was going to respond so he can get in. Had I never said his name, who knows where his career might have went. I'm not saying it wouldn't have went nowhere. I'm just saying at the time it was because I said his name, he got in. So, you know. But it's no real beef. WAP is cool, man. WAP is talented too. Talented dude, man. Tony Touch, talented dude. These are dudes that's humble. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. They used to do the mixtapes, the Diaz brothers.
Diaz brothers, you know, and they still be doing their little thing and shit. And Tony be having his little parties and everything. So everybody doing good, man. That's what I'm saying, man. We all help each other. We can all get far, man.
That's right.
That's interesting. You had the foresight to not to step away from the mixtape game because you thought it was gonna get hot because
I knew it was.
Because them guys like Clue and all of them went full force.
Listen, when I was doing it, it was Kid Capri, date. That's it. No pictures, no track listing, no none of that. It was underground. This is it. And I knew that, you know, a lot of dudes was getting shows off of their records being on my mixtapes because they wasn't getting played on radio. They had no videos. So they were getting heard on my mixtape. My mixtape was so popular, they were getting shows off it. It was bugged out. So I was looking at it as it was a stepping stone for everybody to get known, you know. But then everybody was copying my joints and making all this money, buying houses, buying cars and shit. And I wasn't gonna be responsible for that. So that's why I got out of it when I seen those magazines.
The block is hot.
And it was enough for me, you know.
Yeah,
it was a stepping stone.
You made a lot of money, but if you'd have stayed 3 more years,
yeah.
That's when CDs came out. That's when CDs cost 40 cents.
But that's when he made the transition to music.
Right.
Y'all gotta remember something.
Kid Capri's out.
Y'all gotta remember something. I was selling my tapes $20 a tape. Everybody else came in some $5, $10.
Right.
I was selling my joints $20 a tape. I was making $2,000 in an hour. I'll go sit in front of Ruck in an hour, I'm done. Come back out in another hour, I'm done. So I was making $2,000 an hour. It got to the point where Mr. Softy's driving down the street playing my shit. A cop car's going down the street playing my shit. It got to that point to where people were shooting at each other for the tapes. I'm like, all right, now this is starting to get crazy now. And then, you know, after the doo-wop joint left, thank God,
right.
my career went and did what it did, man.
One more thing. What was the biggest break in your career?
Def Comedy Jam.
Def Comedy Jam.
Def Comedy Jam was my biggest break. And my biggest show was at the Garden when I helped Aaliyah. When I helped Aaliyah, that was my biggest performance. When I brought Busta out with me, that was I probably never have another show like that. I had a lot of crazy joints, but
you was Aaliyah's DJ for the night, or
what happened was it was Mary J. Blige, Drew Hill, Genuine, and Bone Thugs and Harmony. So everybody was aggressive. Aaliyah had a dancing thing, so she wanted somebody to come out that could be aggressive in the middle of her show. So I would come out in the middle of a set and do a 15-minute set. But when we came to the Garden, and Flex helped me too, when we came to the Garden, I seen Busta in the back. I said, yo, Busta, I'm going to bring you on stage with me. He's like, word. And this right when Put Your Hands Where I Could See came out.
Oh, wow.
I said, yo, I'm going to put you on stage with me. I was like, damn, I ain't got the record. And I seen Flex. I said, Flex, you got to put your hands where I see. He gave me the record. Went up on stage, shook this place. It was monumental, man. Then after stop, people screaming. So I said, I ain't done. I said, y'all think I'm done? I ain't done. Boom, 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 boom. Busta came out wiggling on stage. Yo, that shit just got so crazy. To this day, Busta say, and I'm glad he was there to witness it, because to this day, Busta says, yo, kid, you remember when we felt the wind from the people screaming at us on stage? We felt the people's breath screaming at us while we was on stage. I'm glad he was there to feel it, because if I'd have told somebody that shit, they wouldn't believe me. Right. But he was there. He says it to me, kid, I was there, I felt it. It was my biggest show. I'll probably never have another show like that.
Still the best performer ever, Busta Rhymes, in my opinion.
I'm about to go on tour with RBRM, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. That's gonna be crazy. So y'all look for that. That's gonna be hot. I got a lot of different shows coming up. Y'all go to Kid Capri 101 on the Twitter and Instagram to see all that. You know, a lot of different flyers and stuff. And also, like I said, giveakid.com. Give a Kid Foundation. I'm doing these things with the schools and the kids. Man, we're gonna try to get these food trucks out in front of the schools. A lot of kids don't get a chance to eat in the morning. A lot of kids, families can't afford it, so we're gonna put these trucks out in the front so they can get their food before they go in. We're doing a backpack tour. Have a lot of different big sponsors helping us. Like I said, Fat Joe is getting down with us, so it's gonna be a real big thing, man. And we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna do it for schools across the country.
Listen, man, you're doing great for somebody who fell off, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Let me keep falling off, right? Might as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Kid
Capri.
Thank you, y'all. Appreciate y'all.